Nthalire, an area in the far north district of Malawi, Chitipa, is one of the hardest to reach areas. All roads to the area are earth and impassable during rainy seasons. Despite the terrain, over 25,000 people live in this area. As one way of trying to uplift the area, the government of Malawi decided to upgrade the trading center at Nthalire to a rural growth center. This saw the construction of several important facilities such as a health center, a police unit, a bus depot, a stadium, a market, a community hall, and a few tarmac roads just around the center, and the area also received electricity. Much as the Rural Growth Center has most of these basic facilities, there are also some challenges that need to be addressed, especially in parts of Nthalire far from the Rural Growth Center. Government alone may not be able to provide all solutions to the challenges. This is why the Church and Society program of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia decided to implement a project called Community Action Against Poverty. The project was born as a way of bringing citizens on board in finding solutions to challenges people are facing. The 4.5-year project, costing about $500,000 kwacha, funds from Transform Aid International, is focusing on 4 important pillars. These include access to quality health care, quality education, increased income levels, and access to markets. On the health component, the Church and Society program has put in place measures to track use of drugs at Nthalire Health Center and that community committees take part in the running of health facilities.
We are also into health, and here we are ensuring that communities have access to quality health care within the community.
Also on the health aspect, the project is looking at provision of safe water to communities in Nthalire. For example, this is Kazando River, the only source of water for communities under Group Village Head Jacob in the western part of Nthalire. As dirty as the water is, the communities here cannot do otherwise but still use the water. Staying near to the river is an advantage, but there are some who stay over 5 to 10 kilometers from the river but still need water for day-to-day living. 13-year-old Eliza Mo, a Standard 6 learner at Kalowe Primary School, walks over 5 kilometers to fetch water for her home needs.
Kuno ndimavulika di mazi, timazuka 1 koloko ulendo wa kumazi. Nde pozuka nthawi 1 koloko ichi pobwera ku nyumba mapizeko nthawi yatha yopitira ku skulu timangonyamuka ulendo wakuya ku skulu. Pofika skulu kuja timapizeko zoti nkasilula tugona.
The Church and Society of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia, through the project Community Action Against Poverty, is procuring buckets with filters and sells them at a discount to communities for them to at least have good water for drinking. The project has also maintained 12 of the 20 damaged boreholes in various parts of Nthalire.
Communities are now beginning to understand that they need to have quality access to water. Initially, people used to drink water from unsafe sources. Now we managed to repair about 12 boreholes, and communities are happy, and we are also happy. And we also ensured that communities change their attitude towards water that is unsafe. And a number of communities were able to purchase the water filters that we sold them using the resources that they bought. We are also planning to procure some more and distribute to the entire community.
Lista Mgamba, a beneficiary, welcomes the project.
naona kusintha kulu chomene chifukwa cha matenda akawanga pa nyumba pane pafupi chomene matenda ga mthumbo akufumira malaria akanga pafupi kwene mwankagulira kamboni yako kalunivwira chomene kuona kuti nkona sintha ikulu chomene pa nyumba matenda akuchepa chomene ndipo soni vivi chako eniso maji atuteka kutali maji yoba ya heni mkwenda ng'ombe mkuya veto vyo pambana vikumwamo kwene panateka nzana pa nyumba maji ya weme ya safe mainga na ikamkamboni pambo eti kumwa maji ya weme.
Meanwhile, Group Village Headman Jacob has called for stakeholders' support to end water challenges in his area, and he thinks boreholes would be ideal.
Ise kuno wapange maguru bazimai para wapanga maguru au baambe kusonkhana ndalama kuti bagule tumboni panyaki matenda angachepa kuno chomene icho ine kukumbanga kuno nkumba kuti kube madirawo nanganga ko abiri nduti ngabanikwira chomene.
On the aspect of education, the Church and Society program of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia is ensuring that there is community participation in improving education standards in the project areas. One such school benefiting from the program is Mchina Primary School. The school only has one school block with 2 classrooms, and the head teacher here, Kondwani Simwaka, says standard 7 and 8 learners use the structures, with the rest using tree shades as their classrooms.
As you see, we have only 2 blocks, but 1 to 8. Like this time learning season, we have only 2 permanent classrooms. The rest, they have open white classes. When the rains come, they will rush to the classes which are better off.
Visiting the school at around 10 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, there was only 1 class in session, standard 1. The rest were busy playing football. As of the only 4 teachers at the school, the head teacher has no office. He improvises by just getting a table and putting it on the side of the classroom block. Chairperson of the School Management Committee, Fredson Msisia, says somehow communities are a contributing factor to the growth of the school.
Tiko tinapanga plani kuti tiyambepo tizenge nyumba imoza. Nyumba ya wasambisi danka huku pakandrama kwa utitumia kwa utipasa ko takumbe utizengepo nyumba imoza ya msambisi makuti basambisi nyumba para bakwiza bazakafikire mnyumba.
Senior Group Village Head Muntiengo of the area says he has tried his best to ensure that his community understands the importance of education, and says they are ready to provide the needful support in case government or any other organization seeks to bail the school out of this situation.
Ine ngati fumu na mafumu anyana community yose tsewa ntho chipereka mukwanira nditu kuti ovuri nganga tuwangakola isira chikaya community tukutoa punditi maone tukuyamba kale ntemiyala itukututa pai michenga ila pai kunozikekera kuti pangasanko oviri mbali ya ise 20%. Ine tililede nyengo liyose.
China Primary School was opened in 1994. Currently, the school has 266 learners, and according to the school records, the school has been performing badly the past 5 consecutive years, with no student selected to a secondary school. The needs of the school are many. Perhaps additional classroom blocks and additional teachers' houses would help. Aside these challenges, learners also face big problems to get to school. For instance, most of the learners at Kaperemera Primary School have to cross Handani Bridge on North Rukuru River to get to school. The bridge itself is a big threat to life, most learners have dropped out of school due to this challenge. Enud Kalua is head teacher at Caperemera Primary School.
Kweni nthawi zambiri ana amabwera ochepa pa school. Chifukwa achichepere sangaduse pamene papo. Akuluakulu okha ndi amene atha kudusa. Mwina ngati madzi ndi ochepa koma akakhala kuti msinje wataza onse samabwera. Timangopempha kuti mwina atha kutithandiza kuti mangira bridge yeniyeni maka malo amene wawo amagumuka koma kwinako pamusipo alipo malo abwino kuti akanatithandiza kumanga po bridge yoti izikhala safe osati monga imene ili.
Adding a comment is Erika Chirenga, chairperson of Caperemera Mother Group.
Ana sukulu amavutika kwambiri nthawi zinazo sapita usukulu chifukwa cha bridge. Mlonga ukazaza bridge imachoka nde sapita usukulu wana. Ukuku kuli chigayo sitimapita uchigayo mango sinje chifukwa cha bridge. Zina zikavuta uku sitimaoloka sapo mango khala.
The project is also ensuring that girls are kept in school by, among others, providing them with sanitary materials and constructing changing rooms in schools. One such school benefiting from this initiative is Chikanga Primary School. Chairperson of the Mother Group, Alice Mkandawire, says they were trained on how to make sanitary pads that are provided to girls at the school.
Kwa kuyana ngendi ne wa Mother Group nilikuona kuti chilengero cha bana basungwana chili makola chomene kupambana na kali. Banyengo ya sono bana basungwana para basozika bakhala mkaya cha bakhala bakwiza kuskuru na kusambira rumoza na banyawo. So ndicho nilikuona kuti nchiwe mchomene icho isetaonapo kuti ngewa Mother Group tauvwirika chomene fika pakuyamba tikawaka wa Mother Group tikamanyanga chili chose cha kweni mmalo mwa kusambizika ndio mutaona kuti umwe tukusambizikira bana basungwana na kunozga kumabafa kula tikuona kuti bana sono bali makola chomene chifukwa bakhala kukaya cha.
The school enrollment rate has increased from 295 to 400 and girls are topping the numbers.
Kwa sikana mkwambira panali mavuto la absenteeism. Amajomba kambi ku school chifoti akafika mnthawi yoti azithandize pa school panabe ma study zoti akhoza kupita kadani kukathandizirapo. Ndiye panali ma prolonged absenteeism. Ndiye zina zikachitika mwina zachitika class akamapita kwao kufaja manyazi amango khala mwina the hotel mosaba school ndito. Ndiye kumbali ya mena abura wawa chata kuti ma Mother Group awapasa ma skills oti awathandize ana ndi mapadi aje komanso akabwera kuno ama khala free kuthandiza okha basi ambiri ambakani kubwera school.
The project is also promoting local sports to ensure that learners remain in schools. The Church and Society of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia organizes sporting competitions and winners get prizes. On economic empowerment, the project is targeting much on farming. Meet Martha Kalua, a farmer at Legion Village in Nthalire-Chitipa. As a single parent, her 6 children look up to her for their survival. She has a small piece of land which does not produce enough produce to meet the food requirements of her family for the whole year. The Church and Society of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia, under the project Community Action Against Poverty, is training farmers in the area on conservation agriculture. Kalua tried the method and is all smiles.
Ine mulimi wantayada khaso namba chaka chatha nalimapo phindu naliwona chaka chino ndawonjezera ndiponso mmene ndikuonera mera wanga chimanga changachi ndikuona kuti hayi ndithu phindu liwonjezekerapo chifukwa cha manyuwa amene ndinapanga osakaniza ndi fetereza ndi amene ndinapanga manyuwa amene ndinaphunzitsidwa. Ndiye tapanga manyuwa amenewo ndayika kokwanira kawiri, koyamba ndayika, kachiwiriso ndayika. Ndiye mmene mukuchionera chimangamu ndi mmene ndikuyankhulira.
On the other hand, through the project, some farmers are given seeds and are encouraged to work in groups. Daniel Gondwe is chairperson for Rumako Cooperative, which was given groundnut seeds.
Ntchito ya Nthalire-Chitipa ikwenda makola chomene chifukwa chakuti tikati tasambira vakatipasa mbewu ya kwambirapo starter pack malingana na Rumako Cooperative umakayionera kuti ni bungu la kutamba sono. Andi kwa ise tikuona kuti tionenge phindu kufumira mu Rumako Cooperative na va development katundu bali kutipasa chifukwa vatipasa upangiri uwemi wa kwambirapo kweniso tena chigomezwe kuti tichepesenge ukavu kufumira mu katundu bali kutipasa.
The project has also seen the construction of warehouses to ensure that farmers keep their agricultural produce as they search for markets.
Ise twakonzeka maguru opambana mu mulima chia opambana kuti ulendo huu mufuka mapepo mu mbeu zitu zose maguru tisungenge pa warehouse yitu hii mu maguru kutene mbeu zitu hizi tisange mtengo ukuru kweniso tigulishe so paguru maguru aonyene yalipo pano aonyene kuti ayambira alipo 30 vikuru chomene talima siaba na ngoma ndivyo vikuru chomene kusazilapo apo soya.
The Church and Society of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia and their colleagues Livingstonia Synod Development Program believe the project is helping improve yields among smallholder farmers in the area, but the challenge is scarcity of the markets for the produce.
There are a number of unfair trade practices that are happening here in Nthalire, and one of the objectives of this project is to ensure that we address such challenges and that communities have profits from their yield that they sell at the end of the day. Through forming these cooperatives, it's also one strategy that will try to fight such unfair trade practices that we see are prevalent here in Nthalire.
Traditional Authority in Nthalire feels an initiative like this one is paramount to the development of the area.
In agriculture, we have improved a lot, particularly the manure and the clubs. But then now we have clubs of which the Church and Society has introduced in our area, so that the farmers should have the real market where they can sell their farm produce. In terms of education, we never knew that girls are also important as male children who can also assist their respective families. But by then now we don't even see any difference between the girls and males. We have so many boroughs in Nthalire, of which some of it were not good functioning. But with the coming of the Church and the Society, tremendous things have just been happened in due of the water bores. You know, the stagnant water always are not good. People were just drinking stagnant water. As a result, they had some impacts on their health. My people here, they're facing a lot of challenges just because of the poor load network. We have been talking about this problem some times back, and we are still talking about that, and we'll be still talking about that.
2 years since start of implementing the program, the Church and Society program of the CCP Synod of Livingstonia feels communities are now understanding better their roles in development.
So far so good. We have carried out this project and we are satisfied with the way it is being run. So far we can say that we because the target is to reach out to the over 20,000 house population within Nthalire, and under each of those pillars we are impressed, but I think more needs to be done. We are one project and the issues that we've come across are so immense, they are huge to an extent that we will need to call upon a number of players that need to partner with us, but also the community here, because we have visited a number of communities, and the one area that I think through the project we can't is to construct infrastructure. There are a pathetic number of structures that we think we will need a number of partners to come in and to offer their hand to the community. Through this project, that is not possible. So it's a call to the district council, but also to other players, including government, that there's something that they can do about ensuring that the communities here, particularly our children, have an environment that is conducive for learning.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Not all needs can be met at once. At least the communities at Nthalire have begun to take a step to improve their livelihoods.